Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I know there's been a lot of Minecraft before this video, but that's just the way pre-recorded stuff worked out when I scheduled it and whatever. So we're here today in the sim, no Minecraft today, so thank you for coming back and watching. Today's going to be unusual though because we're going to fly a jet today. Not an airliner, but a jet. I know. Hope you're sitting down for that. I rarely fly anything that isn't GA, but I thought, you know what? Let's try to fly a jet. Just why not? I have the time to do it, which is rare enough, so let's make it more rare by flying a jet. We're going to fly from Minneapolis to Chicago, though, and then we'll set this up in a moment together with a flight plan, which is why we have this screen loaded in front of us. But the jet thing circles me back to my video comparing X-Plane and Microsoft, which I'm getting some interesting arguments. Of course, like just YouTube, and even if this were like a seminar in person, of course you're gonna get arguments and stuff, but the people who are disagreeing with me are X-Plane fans who like airliners, which is fine, except I don't disagree with them. I say many times, if you are into airliners and stuff, use X-Plane. But they want to argue with me anyway. I don't know. I also make very clear that I am a GA guy. I couldn't care less about airliners. I couldn't give a rat's crap about the Zebo. I don't care. And I make that very clear. But people still argue with me anyway, which is fine. Whatever. They can do whatever they want. But it just shows where people are coming from. Like when they say, you have a bias. X-Plane is good for airliners. I'm like, I agree, but argue anyway. Anyway, I wasn't going to get into that, but a lot of you watching this particular video are my regular people who have been around for years with me, so I thought you might get a kick out of that. I don't expect everybody who watched just that one video to know I'm a GA guy, and I don't fly jets. But I do mention that in that video, that I'm a GA guy and I don't fly jets. So if you want to fly GA and poke around and look at stuff, that's why we've been using MSFS ever since it came out, because that's what we do here. But people want to argue anyway, fine, whatever. Argue with me that you agree with me. Whatever, it's hilarious. So anyway, let's move along. I just thought that was super funny. Again, those of you who are with me all these years might find that funny too. But anyway, alrighty. Jet's not an airliner. We're going to fly the Cessna Citation Longitude. We have only flown this once during a landing challenge. So this is going to be our first time flying it together for realsies. If you're new to the channel, that's what we do here, is we just learn this stuff together and we help each other in the comments and that type of thing. So we're going to fly this today. Do we have any other liveries to choose from? Oh, we have lots of liveries. Ooh, some of these liveries, well, as of this recording, I believe these liveries have there are some liveries throughout the aircraft that are put in here that have been causing problems, but I believe as of this recording, all that's been resolved. I've been kind of keeping track of the Discord for this livery pack, but I got so much going on. I really don't have time to read another Discord. I'm trying to decide between this one and this one. Let's just go with this one. Hopefully it doesn't crash us. Weight and balance, we'll just keep it default for now. I really don't care at the moment. Everybody is 170 pounds apparently. We really could, for like, storyline and immersion, go through here and put some adults with their kids and stuff. But you know what? We're not going to do that today. ATC options, same as usual. Nothing changes there. Oh, I uploaded a custom photo for my Xbox profile or whatever, and my Microsoft account profile, just to cover everything. And it says it's being approved, but it's been like 2 weeks. So my Tall Turtle logo is not showing up yet. Also with the Minecraft Mojang migration thing, this might end up being my Minecraft name, which I'm not happy about, but actually that's too long anyway for a new. Anyway, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to move on. Let's move on. So let's see if this works. So we're going to start at MSP, which I don't know why it's in my history. I use it all the time. There we go. Let's zoom to details. Okay, it's always 270, I guess. So that means it's coming from this direction here. So this will be the runway to depart. Let's pick a ramp though. Let's do this one. Set as departure. And then we're going to arrive at KORD like this and set as our Okay, okay. So we got departure and arrival, and we're going to do IFR. And I was talking with my Delta friend. See, this changed. Isn't that funny? About these different departures. And he told me which one to use. And I forgot which one it was. All right, looking back on our text conversation, he said to do the Rochester 1 or Zumbro 7. So that must be Rochester 1. And then, or Zumbro 7. Which Zumbro 7, though? Why does that keep scrolling back up to the top? There's a whole bunch of Zumbro 7 left. So let's see what that looks like. That looks good. That looks really good. You fly out and then make a U-turn and get dizzy. And then fly back. Okay. Or we said try Rochester 1. Which it keeps going on its own direction here. Whoa, whoa. The heck? Let's go more slowly. There we go. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I wonder if they normally do that. I know they normally fly over Madison, though, when I've done this flight in real life. You fly directly over Madison. So let's do Zumbro 7 from 30 left, I guess. That should fly. Oh, that's not going to take us over Madison either. Doesn't matter. A couple minutes shorter once you make this weird U-turn in the beginning. Okay, so for arrivals, what I did when I practiced this part, I didn't fly it, I just practiced the flight plan, is I did direct arrival and then I did whatever the wind. So 340 means the wind is coming from like here, right? So we would probably use 28. Let's see. So there's a right, center, left. We'll do 28 right. Should be a nice crosswind, but whatever. But we're going to do 28 right like this. And then what that should do is curve us over the water. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Just like real life. There we go. Then you have a nice long approach over Lake Michigan. I tried these arrivals and just did like all this wonky, honky stuff. I don't know what it does. We're just going to do this. So there we go. Navlog, if you want it. Cruise at 45,000. No, we're not going to get that high. This airplane does weird. All these airplanes do weird things above like 36,000. So let's just do 32,000. There you go. 32,000 just because the planes do weird stuff with autopilot right now. Otherwise, top of descent is a Toby. A Toby top of descent. And then come on down. So let's just remember that. Otherwise, how do we get out of this vlog? Alright, so there's our flight plan. We've never done this before, which is why we're doing it on camera. This is not the real time. My computer system must be weird, but whatever, we'll keep it that way. Clouds, ooh, lots of clouds. I don't really think they're moving that fast. Are they? Maybe they are. Alright, otherwise, we're going to keep World Weather on as much as we can. If we have to turn it off for whatever reason, we will. Otherwise, there we go. Let's fly and hope it works. Alright, we might as well do the pre-flight flyby stuff. Just because we can. I put this at a jet. I just realized I put this at a jetway. I should have put it out like the FBO or something. Signature. I even know where that is, but I didn't. Wasn't thinking, but that's okay. Alrighty, let's get started. This flyby is just the plane. I was hoping for more airfield flyby, but we're not going to get it, so let's go. Alright, let's take out the drone and have a look around at what KMSP looks like in the sim. I'm just kind of curious here. So that's Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, and there is downtown in South Minneapolis neighborhoods, going over to Rochester, and then Bloomington. And one discussion I used to have, or debate I used to have, is what city is KMSP in? Is it in Minneapolis? Is it in Rochester? Is it in Rochester? Richfield. Is it in Minneapolis? Is it in Richfield? Is it in Bloomington? And I've heard everybody say each one of those things. But if you look back at the records, it is actually in the unincorporated township of Fort Snelling, which is just the airport and the base, which is right over, where am I? Right over here. All right, that's where it is. It's not in Minneapolis, it's not in Richfield, and it's not in Bloomington. It's in the unincorporated township of Fort Snelling, although people will still argue. But that's fine, go ahead. It does look like that with the parking ramps. It does really look like that, because obviously this is drawn from data in the sim. There's the tower, 30 left. I used to live right over the path of 12 left. That was fun. You could see the faces when they were landing. It was that close. Otherwise, there's a signature over there. We should have started over there, but we didn't. There's the graveyard, Fort Snelling Cemetery. Otherwise, we've done plenty VFR flights over Minneapolis in X-plane. Maybe we'll do them in the sim. Oh, the hotel's missing. There's a hotel here where you can actually, this is actually a really tall hotel. And you can look out over the airport. My wife and I stayed there when it was brand new. We stayed in room 727 on the day that FlyJ Sim 727 version 3 came out. Pretty cool, I think. Otherwise, there are the rivers, Mississippi, Minnesota. Alrighty, so yeah, we should do a detailed VFR of Minneapolis in this sim. It's been a while. Alrighty, what are we doing? I already told you, Minneapolis to Chicago in a jet. Very, very, very rare, but that's okay. We are totally starting at the wrong ramp, but again, that's okay. Otherwise, what else can we say? This livery looks kind of cartoonish compared to the default, but that's okay. We're going to use it anyway. All right, let's reset our drone, and let's hop inside. And let's start this up. Let's use a checklist because I don't have this memorized yet. So we're going to do the inspection. Parking brake is set. I know that. Battery switches on. Let's see if I can find them on my own in this one. We might need to use, I can't see, that's too far away. Oh my gosh, we might need to use some hints, if I, just for the sake of time. Generator switches on. Generator on. Generator on. APU knob. Where's APU on this thing? There's bus APU gen. Wait, APU knob. That's on, but where's start? Way over here. Okay. APU, I never would have found that on my own. APU knob start. APU stabilizes 98 to what? And there it is. APU bleed normal. I assume that's back down here. We're wasting time. Where is it? So close. See, I just can't see that far. That's all. Once I memorize like where things are, then I won't have to zoom in so much. Generator on. That was over here, right? Hello. Can I have my thing? Generator on. External power off. Well, we never did turn it on because it didn't say to. Battery amps. 0 or charging. Battery volts 25. Battery amps negative 19. But green. How do you get negative? Whatever. I'm sure that means something. Alrighty. Power levels, levers to idle, and they are. This also has reversers, by the way, and it has spoilers as well. Spoilers are here. I have that on my yoke. On my keyboard. Reversers. I have a button to toggle on my yoke, and then I just use throttle to reversers. Right engine start. I think that's here, right? Okay, so you open the guard and you do run. What? How come that? No. What? Right engine. Okay, so I think what I did is down here, because I'm blind apparently, is I didn't hit the bleed, I hit the flow. But that's just in ops. I think I missed that button. Or maybe, no, because they highlighted for me. I don't know. I'll have to check editing and leave a comment if I figured out what's going on. Because now it's working. Right? Yeah, see, now it's working. I don't know. Alrighty. Power level, blah, 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 blah. Left engine start, stop. It's already on run, so we don't actually touch it even though it says there. And then we just engage it. Let me hop up here, and that's starting now too. So something about that APU thing, either it was on and I wasn't supposed to touch it, or it was off and I screwed it, whatever, who cares, it's working now. That's all that matters at the moment. I'll figure it out in editing what went wrong. Moving along. Why do we only have one engine? What is going on here? So it didn't actually work. Alrighty, so for left engine, I started and stopped it and started and stopped it with this button here like 3 or 4 times. And then finally the starter worked. So, not sure what's going on there, but there's working. So once that is up and running, I believe we can turn the APU off, even if it doesn't say to. I'm gonna do it anyway, see if we broke anything. Everything's still running. Everything's still running. See? Good. Alrighty. What else we need to do? We do a whole bunch of imagination stuff, roleplay stuff, like some lights. Seatbelt. Oh, this is all in op. Wing light, yep. Anti-collision, yep. Tail flood, yep. Safety. We do not get any safety. Those work. This stuff works. That's an op. That works. Pulse, let's turn that on. Let's turn that on. Blind some people. Get taxi going here. Alrighty, all that's we're going to do, we are going to taxi out and see how it's going to interpret this mess. I feel like we're sitting up really high looking down. But I guess if we look to the right, we're at the headrest, even though it tips us up a little bit. I guess it could be more like that, maybe. I don't know. It just looks kind of funky. Alright, let's get ATC going. Tune on ground. Let's see what it's going to tell us. IFR clearance. Here we go.
Minneapolis ground, Turtle Soup Tango Sierra, 4105 IFR to O'Hare, ready to copy. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra, 4105 is cleared to O'Hare Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 30 left climb.
Why do we lose our voices?
Minneapolis ground,
I didn't do anything. Read back clearance. That was weird. Now we gotta wait.
Departure frequency is 119.3 squawk 0616. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra, 4105 cleared to O'Hare Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 30 left climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on ONE 25.75, squawk 4771. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra, 4105 read back.
This is where things are gonna get tricky. I mean, when I just do J stuff, I just fly around low, right? But since I don't normally do things like maintain high altitude at a fast speed, we're gonna get yelled at the whole time. But that's okay. We'll work our way through it. Again, this is my first time I've done this, so it's gonna be shaky. We'll do the best we can. Alright, let's acknowledge the clearance. Bravo Alpha 2, Alpha Alpha 1. 30 left. Okay. Alrighty, let's hide that a second. I want to see something though. That seems a little because there's the runway there, so we're going to use. How do they want us to go? We're just going to go right to there. That's it. So, whatever. Whatever. Alright, put the drone away. Let's screw with it. Alright, here we go. What do we need to do? First set of flaps down. Now, because of this, take the parking brake off by the way. I did turn collision off. Because I'm not going to wait for a pushback for this little thing. So I did turn collision off so we can do stuff like this. Just to get out of airports. Although we wouldn't have needed it. Yes, we would have. Bam. The tail. So anyway, I did turn collision off. So duck, duck. Put your head down. Oh gosh. Oh. Ouch. That might have hurt a little bit. So I did. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. I turned off for a reason like that. Okay, so we're just going to go this way. This is the way. Like this. Taxi lights are on. APU's off. First set of flaps are down. So we're just gonna skedaddle on over there super quickly so we can get going. It's already been a very long start to this. I'm trying to think of all the things we can do, even though since I don't have my regular generic checklist that I used to use in X-Plane, because I've been looking at these things, so I haven't been doing all the other little stuff. But we'll get there. I haven't had this in very long. I only have 14 or 15 hours into it, so haven't done a whole lot with it yet, but we'll get there. Let's just get up here and hold short. All right, our takeoff clearance just popped up, which means we'll do that in a second. Oh, now it left. Okay, our clearance was there. Okay, there it is. Let's set the parking brake for a second. Let's get landing lights on. All this can stay the way it is. Nothing down here to worry about. I think we're good. I think I'm overthinking this. Oh yeah, I wanted to start my timer. Oh, how come that went weird? We're not on the runway, but let's start it now. Just because I'm going to forget. We'll get autopilot going later, because I have to remember how to do it. Let's request our takeoff clearance.
Minneapolis Tower, Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105, ready to go runway 30 left ISR to O'Hare. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 410.
Cleared for takeoff. I think this is 30 left.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 30 left, Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105.
Of course it is, because we saw it on the little red side. Oh, there's an airplane. There's an airplane crossing up there. That's not good. All right, so it says to go up to 8,000 feet, which in this thing you can get like to 8,000 feet in a split second. So we have to be really careful. Whoa, so I got to turn the sensitivity down to rudder pedals for sure. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just get off the ground carefully here, because my rudder pedals are very sensitive. Gears up, flaps are up. Oh my goodness, that wind. That wind. See, we're above the speed limit already. We're in big trouble here. Pitch up to slow down. Yeah, let's slow down. See how fast this thing is? If you
Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105, contact Minneapolis, departure on 182.75.
Okay, here we go. Acknowledge handoff.
125
There. We're just going to keep climbing like this, just below the speed limit.
4105.
Oh, now we're above the speed limit. Whatever. It's tricky stuff.
Minneapolis
Pitch up to
departure
slow down.
Tango Sierra 4105 is at 2,400 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
And breaking the speed limit.
Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105, Minneapolis, departure continue as planned. Altimeter 30.46.
Alright, barometer, reset that. Boom. Alright, so of course one downside to this is I really want to look around, right? Like I really want to look around as we do this. Oh, where's my screenshot button? There it is. But the problem is we need to fly plane, right? And follow our plan. So it's time to turn around already, mind that speed limit, and keep going for 8,000 feet while we do a 30-degree bank turn. We're hand flying, by the way. And this is going to take forever to turn around, which is what I expected to happen. So I think it said 8,000. Yep. Alright, there's 7,000, so let's bring the throttles back so we start. Am I not turning? The map doesn't really show us turning. That's kind of weird, but we are, right? Yeah, we are. Anyway, bring back throttles so we level off at 8,000, or they'll yell at us. You don't want to pitch down for the altitude. You want to... Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, now we're going to climb. Climb to 19,000. Okay. Throttles back so we start ascending again. Pitch up so we don't speed yet. Okie dokie. Pitch up so we stay under the speed limit, although we're totally speeding. And, sorry, I'm paying attention to air traffic control. Acknowledge handoff. And now we're above 10,000, so now we can speed while we manage everything else. So what we should have done is engage autopilot immediately like I usually do. Is I would engage autopilot into the runway, boom, and then just flying itself. But I don't want to. I want to fly by hand a little bit. And I'm trying to pay attention to the ATC at the same time. This is very difficult. Alright, let's do our altimeter again. And turn that off for now. Right, there's nothing to acknowledge. Nope. So we're just going to go like this until we see our path again. Basically, we're flying back over the airport. We're going up to 19,000, which means we can turn off the landing lights. And we're just going to keep flying. We can go as fast as we want in terms of speed, but we just want to gain altitude. So let's hop outside for a second. We have a split second where we can look around. Then we really should get that autopilot figured out. That's a cool shot too. We should really get that autopilot figured out so we can look around with the drone. That'll be nice. Alright, 16,000. And then we'll just trim so we can get our speed once we get to 19,000. That's what it said, I think. So normally when we do this, we'll do slant alpha without ATC, right? And X-plane, slant alpha without ATC. Much simpler, not being told what to do. Just follow our flight plan. But here, it's kind of the opposite. We're using ATC. We have a flight plan on our screens. We don't have to figure anything out. But I'm also doing it by hand, which makes it a little bit difficult here. So in a moment, we'll have to do some active pause and figure out the autopilot in this thing because I don't know it yet. So basically we're climbing. Okay, here we go. Let's trim down so we don't go above 19,000. Bring back throttles a little bit, but we want to keep our speed up though. So I'm not going to bring back throttles too much. We got to see if the 300er yells at us. So there we go. Now we're going to try to maintain altitude and then let the speed go way up. Just fly like a rocket now. And then stay on our path. Oh, don't exceed 300 feet within your assigned altitude. Oh boy, I'm having a hard time trimming this out the way it will. Okay, okay, fine. Now it's okay. Here we go. Let's go. 29,000 feet.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Turtle Hook Tango Sierra 4105.
So we use throttles. Keep it out of the red though. Whoops. Come on, keep it out of the red. There we go. Now we're just gonna climb. Whoa, gosh, that's gonna make people throw up. We really should be using autopilot right now. But this is a lot more fun, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn on sensitivity. Look at this. I'm barely touching anything. And look at the wind blow us across sideways. Let's get close to that line to compensate, shall we? Whoa. Look at that. We're just getting blown sideways. That's amazing. 25,000 feet. We've slowed our climb a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're just going to go completely perpendicular to the world here. That's hilarious. What's going on in the skies here? See, I want to look around and see where we are, but we can't. Okay. Let's do active pause. And let's figure out this autopilot situation here.
Minneapolis-St Turtle Hook
And a lot of turbulence.
4105 is at flight level 295 descending flight level 290.
Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105 Minneapolis Center. Continue to Oscar Delta India as planned.
Alright, so before the handoff, I cut out a bunch of the video because I was trying to get autopilot to work. It caused us to do like a roll, and then we almost crashed, and then I was like down to 6,000 feet, then up to 35,000 feet, and then back. It was all over the place. It was crazy. I don't know what happened, and since it was such a mess, I just left out of the video because whatever. So we're still hand flying this thing in the clouds. No idea. I wish we could get autopilot to work though, so I could look around, but something funky was going on. Well, let's keep our 29,000 feet here. What's going on? Man, this is shaky stuff up here. But we're doing it. Not terribly exciting.
Tango Sierra 4105, please expedite
Yeah,
your
I know I'm trying, but we're getting blown all over the place. And am I misunderstanding this? 290. 290. Okay. I don't know what to say. Seriously. My barometer is off. There we go. My barometer is off. Because I'm above 18,000 feet. This thing is shaking so much I can't zoom it in. I can't zoom the map in because the click spot is bouncing around so much. There's that good? Nope, that's out. Oh boy, come on. Zoom in. That's better. Apparently this is good enough for the wind. See, this is backwards, by the way. So if you do wind over here, let me show you something. Are we going to survive? Let me give a little more throttle in there. Then we'll look around. I want to show you something, though. If you go back, and you do, how do you do this? Where is it on here? First of all, let's go like that. To GPS. Oops, I went too far. There's a wind on here. There should be a wind. There you go. Wind. Option 3. There we go. So up here, I guess, is going this way. But on the ground, it goes the other way. So sometimes your primary flight display and your multifunction, see, they're different.
Marlin 61, contact Minneapolis-St on LNE28.6. United 361, contact Minneapolis-St on LNE28.6.
128.6 for United 361.
Alrighty, just some things to point out here. I have no idea where we are in terms of the flight plan. I guess I can zoom way out, but it's hard to get down here to zoom it out. And then, come on, let's go that way, I think. There we go. So there we are. And then as far as the next waypoint, 139 nautical. Wait, we're getting farther away from one before we go to the next one? Or is it because we're drifting sideways? Let's see. JDET. Oh, JDET. Oh, okay. JDET's way back there. And since we never actually captured this, apparently, because of getting blown around and autopilot being goofy, it thinks we're still back there. Oh, boy. We might have to take over by hand, or at least use heading bug at some point.
05%.
Okay, here we go. Something to do. 2,500, 250. Okay, altitude 250. Oh boy, it's shaking around on me here. 2, 5. Oh my gosh, slowly. Come on, slowly. All right, then we're gonna do vertical speed down 1,000 feet per minute, and then bring back throttle so we don't overspeed. That's simple enough. All right, we need to get back on our track here though. This is, whoa. Move the heading bug a little more. So moving the heading bug, excuse me, to line up with the purple diamond when it wants to. There we go. It keeps shaking around so much, I'm having a hard time with it. There we go. That should get us back on track. Oh my goodness, interesting. Like, this is the stuff I've seen, like learning the nuances of the sim. Because autopilot is pretty much the same as other airplanes I've flown, but with the sim, it's all things are getting kind of goofy here. It looks stormy out there. There's an airplane flying by. Alrighty, how we doing here? Hey, we're actually staying on task. We're on track now, finally. Is it going to pick this up, though? I doubt it. But we're just going to follow that line as best as we can. The wind is going to take us a little bit, so let's move this back a few degrees here. There we go. And we'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on our speed. We finally have the hang of it. Not bad. First time we've flown this aircraft. Well, first time we've done this type of flight in this sim. First time we've done this aircraft in this sim. First time we've done this, like, period, with ATC and everything. So, I think it's going okay. I edited a lot out earlier, but I think we're going okay now. So far I'm keeping most of it in, so I don't look like a complete idiot, just kind of an idiot. Let's move back to the right a little bit, because the wind is really doing what it wants with us, isn't it? Holy cow. Coming up on KJ, Kilo Juliet, Victor Lima, whatever that is. I actually don't know. Okay, what did that say? It said climb maintain 28, ILS 28 right, yep. I mean, okay, transition, whatever. But we know where we're going, I think. We're clear to the transition. ILS though, so here's the thing. What's the frequencies for? Is it automatically going to give us the ILS frequency, or do I have to go out to SkyVector or AirNav and get it? That's what I don't understand with the sim right now. Yeah. Radio. So nav 1 is 111.1. Where's just 111.1. Enter. And transfer? Where's the transfer button? Transfer. 111.1. But that shouldn't matter, because we have that. So okay, so I put nav 1 to 111.1. However, here I have nav to be FMS anyway. So if this does not get us our ILS, I'm going to quickly switch this to nav 1, because I put in the ILS in nav 1. Makes sense? So if this doesn't get it, I'm going to quickly change that. Let's do this on timers for now. Okay, so that should get us going there. We're still getting blown off course, so let's do heading to the left a little bit. Oh, my heading is gone. Let's do heading again. Oh, what? Nav? What? Let's go back to nav. Says they put the radios FMS. Although we don't want to go to the right. No. Wait a second. Is that the ILS? Not from this far away. Maybe it is. Oh, crap. Let's go back to heading bug. Okay, still no flight level change. I really don't understand how we're gonna get down from 28,000 feet. I mean, we're just over the water. Like, seriously. Whatever. It might just be a pretty awesome go around, I guess. Okay, here we go. 9,000 feet. That's
Descend and maintain 9,000
how to get down to
feet.
9,000 feet
Tango
that
Sierra
fast.
4105.
Oh my gosh. 9,000. Come on.
Tango Sierra
8,000 feet.
and maintain 8,000
Yeah,
feet.
okay. Okay, fine. Bring back throttle hand. Vertical speed. Down. Vertical. Do that. Bring out the spoilers. I'm trying to do so much at once.
Descend and maintain
8,000 feet it said.
Turtles of Tango Sierra
8,000 feet.
4105.
80,000 feet per minute. I know somebody landing gear. Holy cow. A lot going on at once. And I'm trying to get autopilot down to 8,000 feet still. Come on. 8,200. Just shaking so much I can't select that. Okay, here we go. Handoff. 8,000 feet. Vertical speed.
For Turtles of Tango Sierra 4105.
Alright, spoilers are out. Ah! Our speed is getting so slow. Why? Vertical speed. Steeper. I can't go steeper. What is it? 2,800, 3,000, 4,000. Oh my gosh. Why is it having us go straight down? I wonder if that's normal.
Tango Sierra 4105 Chicago Center, continue to RICK.
Heading bug, let's go a bit to the left. To get back, we have a nice wide turnaround here. Okay, we're going to 8,000. We got spoilers out. Let's see what that looks like. Cool, huh? Spoilers are out. Heading for 8,000. Look at this storm we're going to enter. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Screenshot that for sure. Back up a little bit. This is crazy. I love this. We're well over Lake Michigan right now. But you can't see anything, obviously. Reset the drone. And let's get back inside. Okay, we're at 22,000 still. And we're going to ice up.
8015, you are 57 miles northeast.
Bring back throttles so we buy some time. Better not be talking to me. Is there icing in here somewhere? There has to be. Electrical. Ice protection. On. Normal. There. Anything else over here? Whoa. COM2 display. Nope. Alright, how do I get my yoke back? There it is. Okay. Alright, we're at 18,000 feet. If it doesn't pick up ILS automatically, like I said, I'll just tune this to FMS1 or NAV1. There, that should be our ILS there. Alright, 12,000 and crashing down to the ground. So let's start turning around now. Come on, start turning around.
Generic 1 Juliet Sierra traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 9,800 feet generic. Report them in sight.
There's 11,000, landing lights on, everything on, icing, everything. Boom. We're just going to bring in the spoilers and arm them in a moment. And then we'll keep our speed at like 180. Alrighty, we can bring spoilers in and arm them. And this should level us off. No, don't slow us down or don't speed us up. There we go. Wow, look at these clouds. This is amazing. Wow, now we're really in the clouds. This is so freaking cool, I must say. Whoops, wrong. I'm on the wrong camera. Look at that. That's insane. Screenshot that. Again, I have like 45 screenshots from this. Amazing. I must say though, even though X-Plane is preferred for IFR, the fun thing about this IFR is when you're in the clouds like this on autopilot, everything shakes, right? You try to grab a knob and it shakes on you. That's amazing. I love it. Still trying to keep track on this thing though. Still no ILS even though I'm tuned in per published approach, and everything is updated. And nav data was updated in the last sim update, so it should be correct. 101.8. I don't know where it is. Alright, looks like we have 1, 2, 3 stages of flaps, or 4. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? No, it must be 1, 2, 3 stages of flaps. Spoilers are armed. Yep. So Landing lights are on. We'll do gear flaps soon. I'm just hanging out really in a cloud waiting for ATC to tell us what to do. And then we'll start slowing down. Alrighty, let's start slowing down. Looks like we're going to catch up on an airplane in front of us. I think this dot, I think that's that airplane right there. We're going to keep our speed a little. No, we don't need to go that slowly. So even though the computer didn't like it and didn't go to the next thing, ATC knows where we are, so that is good to know. Can we zoom in one more? Come on, one more. It's shaking too much. Wrong way. Come on. There you go. Good. What else is on there? Range, push, pan, whatever. Okay. Okay, now it flipped. So I am doing it right. Yeah, there we go. ILS, blah, 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 blah. Can I do approach now? Or do we have to wait until we've captured the glide slope first? Glide slope isn't showing up here or here. I don't know where it's going to show up. Here, I would think. Well, let's just let it hunt. We'll keep our speed nice and low. We hit approach. It's not a back course. I didn't think it was. 7,000 feet. Hang on, I'm trying to do my 7,000. 7,000. Acknowledge. Vertical speed. Down. Down, down. Down. I can't see that far. 400 feet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. I don't care. Okay, so it is lining us up there. 6,000 feet. Acknowledge. Go down to 6,000. And vertical speed. Come on, I can't see that far. And it shakes. Part of the problem is it just shakes so dang much. Oops, not 1,400. Let's do 900. When it's shaking a lot. I mean, I love the effect, but it's hard to control. Okay, we're still following that airplane in. We're still going kind of fast. Let's bring down gear now. So gear is down. First set of flaps are down. Spoilers are armed. Let's get our second set of flaps down. Yeah, we should have one more set yet. I just want to slow down because we're gaining on that airplane in front of us. See how it's getting bigger and brighter, and we don't want to run into it. So they haven't given us a speed restriction. There's glide slope. Boom. Good. Looks like we might be right on it or above it. Looks like we're right on it. Yeah, see the wind? This is that. So north is up and is blowing that way. North is this way to our right and it's pointing down. So this should actually be pointing opposite. See? Is that hilarious? Okay, we're coming up on 5,000. We're just below glide slope. We have approach engaged. We're at a good speed apparently. Flaps are full, by the way. I just went ahead and did full flaps. So we have 3 stages of flaps. Spoilers are still armed. Landing lights are on. There are no speed brake or no automatic brakes that I know of. 4,000 feet. Acknowledge. Runway's 28. Wind is 346. So it's from the right crosswind, which we can see here as well. So here we go. We're just going to approach and go mist if we need to. Otherwise, that's all we're going to do now. Stall, it says. Sorry. Again, my personal volume is turned down to minimal so it doesn't bleed when I'm editing. Oh gosh. Oh boy. We got full throttles going. Our engine's turned off. Oh, look. Our engine stopped. What? Did we run out of fuel? We're going to crash. Well, there's the runway right there. And our engine's turned off. Why? What? Why did our engines turn off? Did we run out of fuel? Oh no. Oh dear. Well, we're just gonna turn off autopilot and we're gonna land somewhere safe. Oh no. My engine's turned off, so now we're gliding. So I'm not going to get my credit for achievement for a 300-mile. I wanted to get an achievement for 300 miles. But we're not going to get it. This is like 400 something. Because we're going to crash. I don't think we iced up. Did we ice up or did we run out of fuel? We'll find out once we land here on whatever road this is. What the heck? I know I'm stalling. I'm trying to get my speed here. Oh my gosh, that wind. Here we go. Here we go. And boom. Oh, we did. We got the achievement. 300 miles. It says achievement unlocked. Wheels up, wheels down. 300 miles from takeoff to landing. Even though we crashed. That's funny stuff. All right, let's see what happened here. Oh dear, that poor plane. See, it's way more fun with crash detection off, isn't it? Because then stuff like this happens. Oh dear. Well, let's see if we can figure out where we. Oh my gosh, that's so. I'm getting a screenshot to share on some other Discords. That's a hoot and a half. I don't think we iced up. No, icing is turned off. There's Chicago downtown. Icing is turned off, so it's just visual. So, yeah, I want to see what road this is. That's why I'm going up to see if we can figure out what road this is based on our location and that triangle. 2 triangles on the left, a big triangle on the left further, directly in front of runway 28 left. Let's see if we can find what intersection that is. So looking down, there's that little bunch of triangles and a little cutout. Okay, we'll figure out what intersection that is. That's a bummer. Let's hop back inside. Let's pull up the fuel. Maybe we ran out of fuel. Oh, we did. Oh no, I've never done that. Oh, so bad. Okay, I know I'm laughing. I needed this laugh because after reading some of those comments criticizing my video comparing the 2 sims and people arguing with me about things I agree with, I needed a good laugh. So great way to end this. Wow. Okay, how embarrassing was that? Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I am going to shock everybody and say I enjoyed an IFR flight in a jet. Now this wasn't an airliner, it was a jet. Big difference. So I really enjoyed it. We will be flying this little Citation again. Hopefully we can land it. I really enjoyed that so much. I love the ATC stuff once I got into that mindset. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Well, I'm going to ask you to subscribe and like and leave a comment to play the YouTube algorithm game, and I will see you, it's like a Chicago. I will see you next time.